Learn English with your Instill.
Hi everyone, and welcome to your channel, Your Instill, the channel that helps you master English the way native speakers do. Whether you're here to improve your conversation skills, learn the secrets of fluent speech, or simply to become more confident in your English, you've come to the right place. In today's world, speaking English naturally isn't just about perfect grammar or memorizing vocabulary. It's about connecting with people and expressing yourself comfortably and confidently. That's exactly what we're here to do. So, hi everyone. I'm John Barker, your guide on this exciting journey to mastering real, everyday English that you can use confidently and comfortably in any conversation. Speaking English naturally opens so many doors. It's the key to making friends, advancing your career, and exploring the world with confidence. And trust me, you're capable of mastering it, no matter where you're starting from. So, if you're ready to stop just learning English and start living English, make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's dive into today's lesson. Alright, today we're going to talk about how to speak English naturally. Trust me, this is going to be a game changer for your English skills. So, let's get started. To speak English naturally, it's also important to think in English instead of translating from your native language. This helps you respond more quickly and fluidly during conversations. When you translate in your head, it can slow down your speech and make you sound less confident. Try to stop thinking in your first language and start thinking directly in English. This can take some time, but it will help you speak more naturally. Another important part of speaking naturally is being aware of your body language and tone of voice. How you say something is just as important as what you say. Native English speakers often use gestures, facial expressions, and changes in tone to add meaning to their words. For example, you might raise your eyebrows or smile when saying something exciting or surprising. This makes your speech more engaging and helps the listener understand your emotions and intentions. In addition, learning to speak with natural pauses is key to sounding relaxed. When people speak naturally, they often take short pauses to think, breathe, or give the listener time to process the information. These pauses are a normal part of communication and make speech more comfortable. For example, instead of rushing through a sentence, you might say, I went to the store, and then I got some groceries. This makes the conversation feel more relaxed and less forced. It's also useful to practice different speaking situations. For example, having casual conversations with friends or practicing more formal speech for presentations or interviews. This way, you can get used to switching between different types of communication, depending on the context. Knowing when to be informal and when to be formal is a big part of speaking naturally in English. Another thing to remember is that people in different regions or countries might speak English in slightly different ways. There are different accents, slang, and cultural references in American, British, Australian, or other varieties of English. It's helpful to be open to these differences and adjust your speech to understand and be understood by people from different places. For example, someone from the US might say, "How's it going?" while someone from the UK might say, "All right." Both are informal ways to ask how someone is doing, but they're slightly different in style. As you continue practicing, your speech will start to sound more comfortable and less forced. You may even start to pick up on your own personal speaking style. Speaking naturally is not about perfection, but about being yourself and making connections with others through language. So, don't worry if your speech isn't perfect. Focus on making it as clear and relaxed as possible. Also, don't forget that listening is just as important as speaking. When you listen to others speak naturally, you learn how words are connected, how tone changes with emotions, and how to respond in a way that keeps the conversation going. It also helps you pick up new vocabulary and expressions that will make you sound more fluent. The more you listen, the more natural your speaking will become. In summary, speaking English naturally is a combination of practice, patience, and exposure. It's about using simple, clear language, learning common phrases and expressions, and being aware of your tone, body language, and speech rhythm. Keep practicing, and over time, you'll become more confident and fluent in your ability to speak English in a relaxed, natural way. To continue speaking English naturally, it's important to learn to express your thoughts in a way that's conversational rather than overly formal. In English, using complete sentences all the time can sometimes sound stiff or academic. For example, instead of saying, "I would like to inquire about your availability for a meeting," you can say, "Are you free to meet?" This makes your speech sound more natural and more like the way people actually talk. One technique to help you speak English naturally is to practice shadowing. This is when you listen to native English speakers and repeat what they say, trying to match their pronunciation, rhythm, and intonation as closely as possible. You can do this with podcasts, movies, or YouTube videos. Shadowing helps you get comfortable with how sentences are structured and how words are linked together when spoken quickly. Another way to make your English sound more natural is to get comfortable with using fillers, or words and phrases that don't have a specific meaning but help fill pauses and keep conversations flowing. Words like, "well," "so," and "actually" are used by native speakers to show thinking, give themselves a moment to respond, or keep the conversation moving. For example, if someone asks, "Do you like pizza?" you could say, "Well, I really do. It's one of my favorite foods." These little phrases can make your speech sound more fluent and less robotic. Understanding how to express agreement or disagreement naturally is also important. Instead of just saying yes or no, try using more varied responses like, "I think so," "absolutely," "not really," or "I'm not sure." These kinds of responses can make your conversations sound more genuine and engaging. Being comfortable with pauses and taking your time to find the right word is also a key part of speaking naturally. If you need a moment to think, use phrases like, "let me see," or "what I mean is," instead of filling the space with or This shows that you are thinking and helps the conversation continue smoothly without it feeling awkward. Learning how to ask questions and keep the conversation going is another essential part of speaking naturally. Instead of just answering a question, try to follow up with another question of your own. This makes your speech sound more interactive and friendly. For example, if someone says, "I went to the beach last weekend," you could respond with, "Oh, that's awesome. How was the weather?" Or "Did you have fun?" Using humor and lighthearted comments can also help you sound more natural and approachable. Jokes, puns, or funny stories can break the ice and create a more comfortable atmosphere for speaking. But remember, it's best to use humor that is simple and easy to understand, especially when speaking with people who are not fluent in English. Try practicing English with different types of conversations: small talk, sharing stories, discussing opinions, and even debating topics. This helps you learn how to use different tones and styles of speech depending on the situation. You may need to be more formal when talking with your boss, while you can be more casual when chatting with friends. Practicing a variety of conversations will help you adapt your speech to fit different social settings. One helpful tip is to keep a language journal where you write down phrases or sentences that sound natural to you. Each day, add a few new expressions or idioms that you hear from native speakers. Over time, this will build your vocabulary and make your speech more fluid. Finally, practice self-reflection. After a conversation, think about what went well and what you could improve. Were there moments when you felt confident? Did you struggle with any words or expressions? This helps you learn from each conversation and make small improvements for the next one. Speaking English naturally is all about building confidence and becoming familiar with the flow of the language. It's not just about vocabulary or grammar. It's about practicing, listening, and engaging in real-life conversations. The more you expose yourself to spoken English and practice speaking, the more your speech will start to sound natural and comfortable. Don't rush the process. Give yourself the time to learn, practice, and grow. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you found this lesson helpful and that it brings you one step closer to speaking English naturally and confidently. Remember, there's no rush. Learning a new language takes time, and every small improvement counts. Keep practicing the phrases and tips we discussed today, and soon, speaking English will feel as natural as your first language. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel for more tips, lessons, and practice exercises. Hit that notification bell so you're always updated when we post new content. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and family who are on the same learning journey. I'd love to hear from you. Comment below with any questions or topics you'd like us to cover in future videos. Your feedback helps me create content that's useful and enjoyable for you. Stay dedicated, stay curious, and most importantly, have fun with your learning. Remember, it's all about progress, not perfection. Keep speaking, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care and keep speaking English naturally.
Thanks for watching. Do like the video, share this to your friend, and don't forget to subscribe my channel.